What are we doing today, Doc? We got a lot on the plate. I'm trying to remember everything that's going on today. Okay, so I've been up since 5:50. I've been going nonstop. Run to Lowe's. I'm gonna pick up some blueberry bushes. I gotta pick up some wildflower seeds and a couple other things. I'm gonna go up to the garden. I'm gonna show you guys how you can sort of expand your garden and make it kind of cool. I'm gonna show you how I put wildflower seeds all around the edge. I'm gonna plant some blueberry bushes up there. Then I picked up some more contractor mix. I'm gonna put out 150 pounds of contractor mix on different areas of this property today. It's still a little bit too cool for a Bermuda seed over in here, so I wanna get more roots in the ground. That's my key to life, is roots in the ground. What else is going on? There's just a bunch of stuff going on. So anyways, here we go. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure you hit that like button because that does help our videos. If you push that, and make sure you're subscribed. I think that's it. Here we go. Gotta have a clean lens. What are you doing today, Doc? We had lots of rain yesterday. It started about 12 o'clock and went all the way through the night. There's a chance, as you can tell, there's a chance of more rain coming in. But today I bought several bags of contractor mix just from Lowe's. And that's a mix, mostly it's fescues, but there's a little bit of, there's annual rye and then more of a perennial rye mixed in. All I've got back here on this septic system over here is annual, so I want to put some down over there, something more established. I also want to put some more seed down over here because it's too early for me to plant Bermuda, I think. Even though next week it's gonna be sunny, it's gonna be up to 78 degrees. I don't know that I want to be seeding Bermuda yet. I really want to wait until I touch that 80s, high 70s consistently. But I do want to get some more roots in the ground over here. So I'm gonna plant that. Next, I just got back from Lowe's and I bought some blueberry bushes. I'm gonna plant blueberry bushes inside the garden. I got my wildflower seeds. I always do wildflowers all around the inside edge of that garden up there. It's amazing the number of butterflies and bees and all kinds of really good bugs that we attract up there. So I'll plant my wildflowers up there. Maybe plant the blueberries. We'll see. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use my auger to plant the blueberries, I think, because I bought 8 bushes, and that should be kind of fun. So anyways, if you want to hang out, hang out. Otherwise, oh, and then I'll show you that compost pile this morning. If you watch my other video, that super concentrated compost pile in 48 hours, I think today I hit 157 degrees up there on it. Dude, that's crazy. All right, so I use an electric spreader for my seeding and any fertilizing I do up here. Love this thing. Hooks into the back of my UTV. And then I have an electronic control system up here, which allows me to open the gate more and less and then turn it on and off. It's fantastic. Thing does a pretty good job there. So in here I've got a lot. Look, remember this was all dirt. This was all raw dirt. But what I've got growing in here right now is I've just got annual ryegrass. It's gorgeous. And I did put down some nitrogen on it, so it's just popping. However, this is going to die out at some point. So that's why I'm doing this. I want to establish something a little more permanent, and Bermuda's not going to grow in that shade. So now I'm gonna go down and hit this area next to the cabin, more roots on the ground. Okay, so this is that area next to the cabin. People are gonna say, man, Doc, that's really green. Yeah, it is, but a lot of this is annual ryegrass. I got a lot of clover, which I like. But I do have some bare areas. Like if you look right in here, that's kind of what here's the plan. The plan is that when I come back and seed this with Bermuda, that Bermuda is going to overtake everything. But I gotta have roots in the ground. Can't have these bare spots popping out. By the way, there's that little fire pit we made over here. All right, so now things are gonna get a little bit dicey. I gotta do my road frontage. So I've got orange cones and I put orange cones out, but then these friggin' rednecks drive 70 miles an hour around these corners, so pray for me. Well, okay, so I put out 100 pounds and I only got halfway done with that front roadage, so I'm putting out 150 pounds of contractor mix today. Jeez, it just doesn't end, man. So I'm gonna try and cheat today. I've got this auger. It's one of these cheap China made ones, but it's lasted a year and a half. I've got a 12-inch drill on it, which is actually kind of dangerous to be doing by yourself, but I've got 8 plants. So I'm thinking, let me see. If I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if anyone didn't see it, we keep clover in our garden 100% of the time, all the time. Clover, turnips, everything over there. Clover, clover, clover. I can't say that enough. Look down here. I'm just walking along. Clover. I have been putting out, I don't know how many pounds and pounds and pounds of clover seed over the past year and a half, and it has really taken well. But even here in the orchard, we cut this, but I've got weeds, but I've got a ton of clover in here. That's just a ton of clover all in here. So I'm actually kind of happy because that tree's got, see, every tree, even though it looks bare, every tree has got some form of life on it. Yep, every tree. But you can see like this peach is actually, of course it may have some disease on there, it looks like, of course. Excuse me, that's a pear. These peach trees actually look really good. So I've got apples, peaches, and pears. We'll see what happens. Again, we planted this last year, and who knows? If this thing starts and runs, I'll be thoroughly surprised. That was 10 minutes of hell, but it was only 10 minutes. Man, we use that thing to actually plant the orchard over there. We use it for our fence posts at the gate. I mean, I've used that thing a lot. And I had some problems with it. The fuel line was popping out. I had to push that in. And then I forget why I have tape here. Something here wasn't holding on, so I had to tape it. It's a cheap China one, but it came with 3 augers. Maybe I'll try and find a link to it. It came with a 4-inch, a 6-inch, and a 12-inch. Then I bought that one because I had a 12-inch, and I knew I'd be doing this crap. All right, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna plant these. I wanna make sure that I don't plant them deep. In this soil around here, you'll get a lot of water retention if you plant, and you get root rot. So we've learned to sort of plant them up a little bit. And I'm gonna take some of that Dirt Booster compost, just a little bit, mix it in with the soil, and then plant them in here. And I've already got blueberries. Let me show you. But you can see, I've already got blueberries right there. And that's all I'm putting in. I'm putting 1 scoop in each one of these things, and that's it. So I covered this in a previous video, but when you're planting in this really hard red clay, what'll end up happening is you'll get water pooling down at the bottom and you get root rot. So you do not want your plants sitting on the bottom of this. So I put in some Dirt Booster compost, and now I'm bringing up that. I want this plant to crown above the surface level. Oh. Why do they have 2 pots on here? Every plant has 2 pots. I don't have to worry about splitting open the roots I've found on these, but I definitely do not want this plant sitting down at the bottom of that hole. I'll get way too much root rot. Just firmly bring it in, bring it up. This one might be a little bit high, but it's okay. You know, in the summertime, I have water here so I can water these. But if I need to, I'll actually come back and maybe put a little mulch on it. But you can see the crown of this plant is actually above my soil line, and that's what I want. When I get real heavy rains, I don't want that hole filling up with water. Now, that's not true with loams or sandy soils. So if you have a sandy soil or a loam soil, you're going to want to plant it even with the soil on. But if you have a clay, hard red clay soil, I want you to plant your crown about 1 inch to 2 inches above that soil line. Like I said, I'll come back here. I got piles and piles of wood chips, and I'll put wood chips. I'll have my guys come out and we'll mulch around these. Should be fun. So now I've got all my wildflower mixes here, and all I do is I run down all sides inside the garden and just scatter them. And I have 2 types. I bought the wildflower cut flower mix, and then I bought the wildflower bird and butterfly mix. So I mix them up. Well, I've been leaving these gates open, but I guess I better close them now that I got blueberry bushes in here. So someone was last year, oh, there's my phone. I almost forgot my phone. Last year, someone was asking about deer in here, and what I did was I put eyelets on the top of all these posts. They're right about 6 feet. And we run a rope through this, like a bright yellow or neon rope. And the deer do not come in my garden. They're not mule deer. It's not like they're gonna bound over it. Plus, there's so much, we have 6 feeders and we have all these fields. They really don't wanna risk hurting themselves to actually jump into here. I've never had a deer come in the garden. Now, we had a camera up here all last year. Now, they were in the orchard, and that's why we had to redo that orchard. We had to make deer guards all around our trees. But this year we should be good. But I keep forgetting I gotta close these gates because blueberries will call in the deers, period. If you don't know the story on this pile, normally our Dirt Booster compost piles will get up to about 110, 120. we had a bunch of extra material left over, and so we super loaded this one. We put in the alfalfa pellets, a ton of them, dirt booster. We also had a fire under here, and so we have charcoal, but it's 70, what's the temperature? It's in the 70s right now, and this pile, you can see the smoke coming off of it. The highest I've ever gotten is like 140 degrees on these piles. And this morning I came out and I hit like 154. There we go, 156. Look at that, 157, 158, 159, 160. 161 degrees. That's crazy. Man, that pile has so much energy inside of it. It's crazy, dude. So let me explain. Now that I've done this for 2 years on these rows, I can leave these rows and never touch them again. If I want to come out every year and top dress it a little bit with some of this, if I do a soil test, I'll do a soil test. If I have any nutrient imbalances, I'll change it. But this soil is so dark and so rich now. It's just amazing compared to what it was, that hard red clay soil. Well, I can't tell if we're going to get more rain or not. These clouds are just, I got wind and I got clouds, I got sun, I don't know. So anyways, guys, if you have a garden, have some fun with it. Add some stuff, add some fruit, add some whatever, just have some fun with it. And that's the main thing we're doing up here. Also, if you are starting to get into the 70s, your cool seasons, grasses, you're going to be seeding when you start to hit that 70 degree mark. Warm season guys, you're going to be doing probably once you touch the 80 degree. I'm holding off. I'm not putting any Bermuda seed over here until I consistently get warmer, almost touching 80 degrees. That's about it. Hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, I guess. Something like that.